Good morning, hunters! Making this quick video to showcase my high rank hammer build for Monster Hunter Rise. And here it is. That's the build. Isn't she a beaut? You can see I'm running the Nargacuga hammer, the Kaiser Crown, the Rathalos mail, Valstrax braces, Anjanath coil, and the Rajang legs. Look over at the skills, you see that gives attack boost 7, critical eye 3, critical boost 3, weakness exploit 3, and stamina thief 3. These abilities synergize very well together and do a lot of damage. Now, the nice thing about this build is that it is not talisman dependent. The only thing you need to make this talisman work is a talisman with 2 level 2 gem slots. You can see the talisman I'm running comes with recovery, speed, and constitution, which are 2 nice quality of life skills. You know, they'll make the hunts a little easier, be a little more comfortable. But we really need out of this is those 2 level 2 gem slots where I can put my attack jewels in. Now I know this build has, yes, there's 4 attack jewels in it. I've got the Valstrax braces. And this is really only viable for Endgame. So what I want to do is show you a couple options of some really solid builds you can put together that'll help you as you're playing through the game. So if we look at this down here, this is a nice Hunter rank 6 build. So what you're going to want to do is you get to Hunter rank 6 your favorite way. As you're building along, you want to try to just put as many points into attack boost and slugger as you can. Up to this point, I don't really feel it's worth spending a whole lot of time upgrading equipment, because when you get to Hunter rank 6, that's when you start fighting some really interesting monsters that give you some really good skills. So you can see on this build, we're running the Nargacuga hammer again because, you know, accept no substitute. The Zinogre helm and the Zinogre mail for weakness exploit. The Anjanath van braces and coil for damage and slugger. And the Ingot greaves gives us attack boost and a little bit of critical eye. Now with the weakness exploit, is good for 50% affinity on weak parts like the head. Combine that with the 55% affinity that we're getting from the build, and you're at 105% affinity. Now I know that's a little overcapped, but as my grandpappy used to say, overkill is way better than underkill. The one thing you are going to need for this build is a talisman. Oh, wait a minute. I did that wrong. We are on this build here. Let's equip it. And then look at the decorations. You're going to need a talisman with 1 level of weakness exploit. The Zinogre mail and the Zinogre helm give you 1 point of weakness exploit each. And you get the 3rd from your talisman. If you don't have a talisman with weakness exploit, you have some gem slots. You can slot it in with a gem. You're going to need to add 1 attack jewel in here, and other than that, you have several, 1 slot, 1 point gem slots that you can, add any skill you like. You can add in slugger or steadfast, defense booth. Stamina thief is a good one. But just, any skills that you like to make your hunts easier for you. Now, the final build that I'm going to show you is this here, and this is the build that I used to beat Narwa. This is the build I used to beat Valtrex. I played most of the late game with this build here. It's very similar to the other ones where, well, let me interject. What's different with this one is that I swapped in the Rajang legs and the Kaiser Crown, which gives the critical boost skill, making uh, all the critical hits hit 50% harder, which is good. Um, you notice I am missing 2 points of attack boost in this build, but in the testing I did, having weakness exploit maxed and critical boost max actually put out more damage than having attack boost all the way up. So now that you've seen the equipment, let's do a quick demonstration. I'll show you some of my favorite damage rotations to do with the hammer. Hammer, always be blue. And the bread and butter play for the hammer is to run up at the monster from the side and hit him right in the ear. Boom. Almost 700 points of stun. And that's your main poke, your main attack. You're going to be doing that a lot. One thing I like to do is use the dash breaker. Allows you to get in close to the monsters. You only have to charge your hammer once, and you're at level 3, and you just unload. That's 1,200 damage right there. So let's let this guy wake back up. Come on, Schmecky. Wake up. Now, the dash breaker is nice with these high-rank monsters. They jump around, they bounce around, they're all over the map. It's a good option to let you close the distance with them. And again, you only have to charge your hammer once after using it, and you're at level 3, you're right next to the monster's head, and you just unload on them. Dash in on the monster, hit that, charge the hammer once, you're at level 3, charge Brutal Big Bang, and the monster's knocked out. Reposition, go right into your Big Bang combo. Alright, now we start charging the hammer now. Switch forms, I'm at level 3, and launch into our impact crater, and ba-boom! There's another 1,400 damage. And that combo there is good for probably 4,000 damage. The monsters will be dying in no time. Alright. Hope you enjoyed the video. You don't need to like, you don't need to subscribe, but if you use this build or you found this helpful and you ever meet me in the real world, well then you owe me a beer. Take it easy.